This is Danfo Conversations with Ireti Bakare. Your Friday afternoons just got better on Danfo Conversations with Ireti Bakare-Yusuf.
Asking about how much petrol is going into my car, into the Danfo, which means the cost of transport is going up.
Can you see that today Ghana is doing better than Nigeria? It's because they've invested in education.
People are afraid to seek or ask the right question because they're afraid of surgery. I call it 2 F's that affects women with fibroids: fear and fund.
When you have a child less than 12 years, as I said, househelp is child trafficking already.
Of course.
Child trafficking. So you shouldn't have a househelp that is less than 12 years.
Tune in to Danfo Conversations with Ireti Bakare-Yusuf every Friday from 1 to 2:30 p.m. right here on your number one station for talk, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
And it's a good afternoon. Afternoon. You know, I always feel I want to say, what's up, Lagos? I love that stripe line. What's up, Lagos? Anyway, no, we're on Danfo Conversations. You're not on the wrong show. My name is Ireti Bakare-Yusuf, a.k.a. Sisi Oge. Don't call me auntie. You can call me Ireti. You can call me Sisi. You can call me Sisi Oge. Or you can call me Yvonne's favorite, Sisi Oge 1 of Nigeria Info. Whatever the case is, we have an interesting show today. I'm going to interrogate. I want to interrogate something about us as a nation. Yes, something about us. Zena, please help me put this AC up. Please let me tell all of you in Lagos, Kemi is always cold. See, because she thinks she's going to give money, because she's the money woman, and she's always giving out money, she'll now occupy my seat, turn off the AC, or I don't know what she does today. See, I come in here and I'm warm, I'm hot. And literally, she's always cold. You can imagine. So last week was a whole crazy. What we didn't tell you was, she was sitting next to me, she was literally freezing. You know, and I'm sitting because you don't put clothes on. And she said, but I'm dressed. And in fairness to her, she was dressed. But hey, if you're going to be, you have to go put on a jumper. Just know that Kemi cannot jackpa. Because if she was to jackpa, she would not get off the plane. She literally gets cold in this studio. So here's what I want us to discuss. And I confess that I have been pretty much a very minority voice on this. So I will keep my opinion till the end. But I will interrogate what you come and tell me. We will have a discussion. You will call if you're male on 0201 277 0993. If you're female, you can call me on 0201 4657 190. If you can't be bothered to call, please kindly send a WhatsApp because it's always important to hear from you on 0809 597 5805. I am still Sisi Oge, and you can see my Sisi Oge on our YouTube channel, Nigeria Info FM 99.3. You'll find us. We're always there. You'll also find us on Nigeria Info FM Lagos on Instagram and on Twitter. So I want to talk about, I need a pen. I want us to talk about Chidinma Adetshina. Permit me at this point, I need you to write her name the way it is spelled. CH, the way she spelled it. CHDIMMA. Again, this is how it is spelled, how she spelled it, right? CHDIMMA. And her surname is Adetshina, which is spelled, you might need to write it down, ADET for Tommy, SHINA. Okay, so I'd like us to discuss the Chidinma Adetshina, and I don't want to, let me make it clear now. The xenophobia, the Afrophobia, the bullying, the horrible, horrible experience she's had in South Africa, and that the South Africans are literally, bombarded on her, is totally unacceptable, and that's a given. So we're not going to discuss that. We're not going to discuss that. We can always, I've had conversations. I've had 2 South Africans join us. I've had conversations about the genesis, the seeding, the sort of intricacies and the complications of South African xenophobia or Afrophobia. So we've had that in the past, but that's not what we're going to talk about. What I want us to talk about is that Chidinma has now come to Nigeria. She was invited to be part of Miss Universe Nigeria. Miss Universe Nigeria is a competition where different states or different women represent different states of Nigeria to pick who will represent Nigeria at the Miss Universe context. Are you with me? Are you still with me? Okay. So here's a question. Now, the South African Home Affairs, again, I have to say to you, I need you to stand on that objective soapbox right now. The South African Home Affairs received a letter from Miss South Africa organization and asked for them to confirm Chidinma's citizenship. Whilst doing that, and I'm going to read their statement to you, it says here, the Department of Home Affairs herewith provides an update on the ongoing investigation into the citizenship of Chidinma. I keep saying Chidinma because that's how we spell it in Nigeria. Chidinma Adetshina, a contestant in the upcoming Miss SA event. The reason for the ongoing nature of the investigation is that its scope has broadened since the original request received from the organizers of Miss SA based on the information uncovered by Home Affairs investigations thus far. The department nonetheless provides this public update based on the official request received from Miss SA, that's the organization, as well as the consent provided by both the contestant, that's Chidinma, and her mother. We will provide a final update once the investigations is concluded. On Monday, the 5th of August 2024, the organizers of the event sent the department a request to verify the citizenship of a contestant, Chidinma Adetshina. And it's not because I can't pronounce Adetshina, I'm pronouncing it the way it is spelled. This request was accompanied by written consent from both Adetshina and her mother. Upon this request, the department deployed every resource at its disposal to establish the truth. This has included archival research, visits to hospitals, and site visits to verify information. From the information we have uncovered thus far, the Department of Home Affairs can indicate A. The prima facie, that's just on the surface, the prima facie reasons exist to believe that fraud and identity theft may have been committed by the person recorded in Home Affairs records as Chidinma Adetshina's mother, not Chidinma herself, mother. Adetshina, that's Chidinma, could not have participated in the alleged unlawful actions of her mother as she was an infant at the time when the activities took place, which would have been in 2001. Chidinma, I believe, is 22 years old. Okay, let's keep going. An innocent South African mother whose identity may have been stolen as part of the alleged fraud committed by Adetshina's mother, suffered as a result because she could not register her child. Remember, it's all alleged. The department has broadened its investigations to identify and pursue any officials involved in the alleged fraudulent scheme and is obtaining legal advice on the implications of the alleged fraudulent activity on Adetshina's citizenship status. And upon the completion of the investigations, Home Affairs intends to press criminal charges against all implicated parties. There are ongoing engagements with all stakeholders, including Adetshina's mother. Right? So there, I'm not going to continue because that's what you need. Oh, actually, this part. The case, which stems from alleged fraudulent activities committed 23 years ago, highlights the urgent need for the digital modernization of Home Affairs applications, adjudication, and verification process to insulate the department against fraudulent interference, similar to the reforms undertaken at the South African Revenue Services in the late 2000s. So there you have it. So obviously, the South African Home Affairs, which is the equivalent of our Minister of, I think it's not Minister of Home Affairs. What do we have? Forgotten their name now, what we named them. Right? So they've basically done their investigations, and they see there might be fraud, that there is an alleged fraud that Chidima's mother may have committed, which is identity fraud. That is alleged. I repeat, that is alleged. They have not concluded, but they see prima facie. Prima facie just, or prima facie, it depends on how you want to pronounce it. It just basically says, on the surface, that's really it, right? We need to dig in beyond that. Okay? Now, Chidima then dropped out. After this was released, she then stepped down, and she's been invited to Nigeria. And beautiful, stunning, beautiful. I mean, she has a skin like caramel, dark caramel chocolate. Her skin is just edible, literally beautiful. Was trending yesterday because she's now taking part in Miss Nigeria, because she issued a video, okay, to say she's going to be taking part in the Miss Universe. Now, here's my question to you. Chidima's father, if I go to her Wikipedia page, is said to be from Igbo. It's supposed to be apparently Igbo, okay? Chidima's father is said to be Igbo, okay? And she has Chidima, the way I spelled it, which is Chidimma. That's the way they spell it. And her, what's it called? And her surname is a Yoruba surname that's with a T, additional with a T. Our Ministry of, not Foreign Affairs, I've forgotten the equivalent. Our Home Office, if you like, the equivalent of our Ministry of Home Affairs, have been quiet, and they've been silent on all of this. Nobody has asked, where is Chidima's father? Which part of Nigeria is he from? If he's Igbo, which part of Igbo land is he from? Should we care, is my question to you. Should we, the way South Africans actually put the xenophobia aside, I've told you that. The way South Africans actually interrogate things when they come up and they say, okay, look, this has been brought to our attention. We're going to interrogate it. We're going to investigate it. They could have come out and say, actually, she's South African. Everything is on board. Her mother is South African, this, and all of that would have died. But whilst investigating, they then found that. I am a Yoruba woman, and I don't know of a Yoruba name that's spelled with a T. I should know that is spelled with a T. It is possible that Benin Republic, or Republic of Benin, whatever you want to call it, that's where, because they tend to use their Yoruba slightly different to us, so they would put T's. You see T's in names that we Yoruba, Lagos, Nigeria Yorubas don't do. Another person suggested to me that it might be Shekiri. Are you aware of a place, a Yoruba outside of Yoruba land? So it might be Shekiri, it might be Igbo land, where Adeshina is spelled with a T. Also, are you aware of an Adeshina family that is in, or descendants that are in Igbo land? And the question is, does it matter? Do we just take it that when somebody says they're Nigerian, they say their father's Nigerian? The father has not shown up, by the way. Nobody has spoken to the father. We do not know who her father is. I don't know whether he's alive or dead. I don't know. That is not that whether I just know that we don't know who he is. We don't know his identity. We just know from what Chidima has told us, which we can presume is what her mother's told her. I don't know whether she's met him. I don't know whether she hasn't met him. I am asking, should we care? Should our Home Affairs actually do the same? Should they look into and say, oh, that's an interesting name. Chidima is not spelled the way it's spelled in Igbo land, or if it is, call me and let me know. Is there a Chidima without that's spelled Chidimma in Igbo land and I just don't know about it? You can call me on 0201 2770993, 0201 4657 WhatsApp on 0809 5975805. Okay, should we care or should we not care, or should we just care that the girl says she's Nigerian, Chidima says she's Nigerian, and that's that, and she's going to be taking part, she's going to be taking part, and let's just get on with it. And if we don't care, what does that say about us and our anyhowness? Hello?
Baby.
Hello, good afternoon.
Original.
Oh, original. How are you?
I'm fine. Are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
This is your one and only.
Mr. Frank. Good afternoon, Mr. Frank. We have a minute. I'm so sorry. Go ahead, quickly. What did you want to say?
You said that the father is nowhere to be found, or what?
Well, we don't know. Nobody has seen the father. The father has not spoken. We don't know. That is the question.
And the question you asked is if we should show concern.
Sorry, say that again.
He said, does it concern? Or
well, should the Nigerian authorities actually investigate or confirm whether she is Nigerian? Because if her father is Igbo, she says her father is Igbo, but Chidima is spelled Chidimma, which I'm not aware if that's how it's spelled in Igbo land.
Chidima supposed to be Chidimma.
Exactly, that's how I know it. But it's spelled different. And so is her surname. He's not spelled the Yoruba way. So I am saying, shouldn't our investigation or our home affairs, the equivalent, should they not care?
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
Imagine being able to buy items that have been on your wish list for so long without having to worry about upfront cash payments. Are you a business looking for maximum market exposure to grow your cash customer base? The first ever small fair in Nigeria is here. Happening on the 17th of August at the Peace Steeds Conference Center opposite Nikon Town, Lekki, Lagos from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. At the Small Fair 2024, you can access 500k plus products and do small installment payments. Ooh. As a business owner, not only do you get to showcase your unique products and services, but you also have an excellent chance to attract new customers and increase your profits. And guess what? Attendance is free. For registration, exhibition, and sponsorship, visit www.smallfair.com or call 0916-767-2191. When your needs seem far-fetched, remember, you can do small. This fair is proudly organized by Small and sponsored by Interswitch, Fincra, Cora, Quidax, and Paga.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
Your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Welcome back to Danfo Conversations, right here on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Hello, Mr. Frank, are you there? Mr. Frank, are you still there? I'm so sorry we cut you off. Please call back. Hello? Hello?
Good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from, please?
Madam is Jacob. I'm calling from Egbeda.
Okay, go ahead, Jacob.
Yes, ma'am. So, like the what you are talking about, I think it's called for concern. It's called for concern of fellow Nigerians. And then based on the name you are talking about, like Mr. Frank said, it should be NM. But are you hearing me?
Yes, I'm listening to you, sir.
Okay. So, if it is Chidima, that is perfect. That's how that name is being spelled.
Mm-hmm.
So it's double M-A.
Yes, how they are spelling it is CHIDIMMA. Yes,
that's perfect where Chidima is being spelled.
Okay, Mr. Frank said it was N for November, M-A. They are spelling it.
Like N-M-A.
Yes, but they are spelling it double M for mother, A.
Yes, double M. That's how it. That is in Igbo alphabet.
Okay, so spell it for me. C-H.
C-H-I-D-I double M-A.
Right. Mr. Frank said N-M-A. So which is it?
No.
Which is it? Or is there two different spellings of Chidima in Igbo?
No. There's no two.
So you're saying a different thing to Mr. Frank. You said you agreed with Mr. Frank, and now you're saying something different.
Yes. That double M-A, that's the perfect. That way it says that's C-H-I-D-I double M-A. That's how Chidima is being spelled.
In Igbo land?
If you are reading Igbo book or Igbo Bible or whatever, that's how you are going to see it there.
Yeah.
So we use that N, if it is Nna. So we use double N-A, that's Nna.
Double N for November or M for mother?
No, N for November. Double N for
we're
November.
saying M.
That's for if it's Nna, if it's Nne. But this one is Mma.
I see what you're saying. So Mma is double M. I see.
The vowel sound, or how do we put the consonants or whatever?
Yes. Right. So,
but if it's that's M, and that means double M, so it's perfect.
Okay, so what you're saying is Chidinma with an N is different to Chidimma.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your call. Hello.
Well, it's okay. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from, please?
I came from Ikredo.
Okay, go ahead, my dear.
Yes, my sister, the last person just rebutted all the whole thing. So when you talk about Igbo language, which we were being taught, and the one we were used when we were in school, so it's double N, not N.
No. N for November. There's a lot of noise where you are. Do you mean N for November or M for mother?
Is it better now?
Yes, it is.
Okay, no. M for mother. It's not for November. M for mother.
So it is double M for mother.
Double M.
Okay.
C-H-I-D-I double M-A.
Okay.
Anywhere. That is what if you look at that consonant, though the N can come, but not for Chidima, not for the name. Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
You're doing a good job, my sister.
Thank you very much. So let me ask you. So that's one. Do you think that if the correct, according to you, the correct spelling is what's there? According to me, the Yoruba, because I'm Yoruba, the correct spelling for Yoruba is not there. I don't know what you know about Yoruba language. What are your thoughts on adet with a T, additional, that has a T in the middle?
No, if there is a topographic or it's a different case, but the Yoruba have their own way of spelling their name.
Yes.
Even if you only spell a name without a topography, I think they will consider it. But if topographic or a lot can come up, but that name is already been there already. Like now, if you are answering maybe Taye,
yeah,
you may not use double A.
No, you don't use double A in Taye. I'm a Yoruba woman.
Yes.
I can spell Taye for you.
You can use a single one, but if there's a way you use
No. There are two ways you spell Taye. You can spell T-A-Y or T-A-Y-E or T-A-I-Y-E. There is no double A. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So those are the things that is there. If there's a mistake in the Yoruba name there too.
Yeah, but is it a mistake? Should we care? That's what I'm saying to you. So that
is where I'm going. You call for a consign.
What? Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Hello.
Yes, I'm back.
Oh, Mr. Frank, sorry about that. Good afternoon.
Yes. You see, with the spelling, like as you said, somebody said you are a broadcaster. You said no, you are a journalist.
No. Somebody said I'm an OAP. I said no, I am a journalist. Yes,
you're a journalist. Somebody, you said nobody should call you auntie. You should call you Sisi Oge.
Yes, but none of them are my names.
Now, you see, we read ABCD in our own language, A, B, C, D. Are you getting it? So that there is silent. I don't want to go there because of time. It's what they want to answer is your name. What you are putting there for us to call you is what we will call you. Are you getting it?
I'm listening.
Now, if where I'm showing my own concern now is the Chidema now is an Igbo name. The Adetino now is Adetino is a Yoruba name. And they said that the father of the girl is an Igbo man.
Exactly, yes,
now,
they did.
The mother, is it from where?
The mother is from Mozambique.
The mother is from Mozambique. And she has a problem in South Africa.
Yeah, but let's put the mother out. Right now, my question is there so her first name is Chidima. Adechino is supposed to be her surname. So we can presume that Adechino is supposed to be her father's surname. Abi, so is there an Adechino family or is Adechino, could it be Igbo?
There's Adechino. It's not mentioned in Igbo land. Getting it? Then the Chidema on her own, did she know her father? One-on-one.
We don't know. We don't know.
You don't know?
No, we don't know.
Because
nothing has come out about her father apart from the fact that on her Wikipedia page it says that she's of mixed heritage. She was born, it says here that her father is Igbo. That's
her
all it
father
says.
Is Igbo.
Yeah, Nigeria. It says here Chidima Vanessa Onwe Adechino was born in 2001 in Soweto. It says the name of the hospital to a Nigerian father and a Mozambican mother. Though some sources claim that her mother is Zulu and her father is of Igbo descent.
You see, this thing is complicated.
It is.
It's complicated.
Very, very complicated.
The girl by her own is Igbo name. The father is a Yoruba name, and they said the father is from Igbo.
Yeah.
Then the mother is from Mozambique.
Yeah.
Where are we getting now?
Where does Adeshino come from?
Where does Adeshino come from? Where does it come from?
Good question.
And is she on her own? In which state? In which state your son now is living in England?
Yes.
UK.
Yes.
She knows her mother.
Yes.
His mother.
He knows his father. Yeah.
She knows the state and the local government and the village where he comes from.
Well, we haven't been to the village, but he's been to my village. Yes.
But she knows the state and she knows the state and she knows the local government. Now, this person now, can this lady now tell us the state or the local government where they come from so that we can...
Where the father comes from. Thank you very much, Mr. Frank.
So that all these complications will stop. And sometimes, if some women want to run away with children, they should tell their children, this is where you come from in case of tomorrow.
That's a good point.
Like this LYN now.
That's a good point. Thank you so much. I do, Mr. Frank. You need to wrap up. The lines and the text message. No, Mr. Frank, you make a very, very good point because it is important that we all know where we come from, that we all know our name, and whatever your father's name, you need to be able to say this, even if you don't know the local government, say this is his village in Nigeria. This is the part of Igbo land, that the person comes from. You're right. And that's
because sometimes people used to finally go back to their home.
Of course, they do.
Like somebody will go out there, they will say, I don't. It's not radio friendly. I could have used that name that people used to call. Are you getting?
Yes. We need to go, Mr. Frank. I have kept you on for too long. Bye bye.
Go back to your home. Then you start searching for your father. Nobody knows where you start from.
Thank you. God bless you. Hello. I'm so sorry. Let me read the WhatsApp messages. Sorry, I was trying to get to that call. We have many. Good afternoon, Cecile Gay. Her name could be spelled with N or M. The word Nma, I love it, means good or beauty. Thanks. Thank you for that. So there are certain names that I would have put inside, but at least I would have said now. My mother liked the name Nma, Chidima. And you would have still know that I'm from Lagos, but I would just say, what have we got here? John from Ikotun says, good day, Sisoge. Both spellings are correct in Igbo land. People from Imo, People from Imo and Abia often have same spellings. For Anambra and Enugu and Delta, e.g. Okoro, Okolo is the same. So is Chidima with an M or with an N. Thank you very much. See, we learn so much on this show. I'm telling you, I love you guys. In Igbo land, we speak and write in dialects. Mma, mma, mma with an N, and mma is used interchangeably based on their areas. But there's a central Igbo language which other Igbo's areas don't take. Anambra Igbo, don't say Igbo, because you see, when I moved to this country is when I learned that Igbo, let me tell you, you Yorubas can get upset as you want. It's just us Yorubas who are fond of calling everybody everything. It's actually Igbo, right? So let's turn it to Igbo. If you notice, I rarely, only if it drops out of my mouth, the subconscious, I make every effort to say Igbo. But if you're an Igbo person and you like being called Igbo, I don't have a problem with it. So you say Anambra Igbo is different from Imo State Igbo, same as Delta, even Abia State. Thank you very much for that. She said, okay, good afternoon. After that double alphabet you spell, it, Chidima or Chidim or Chidima. I don't know. Is that a question? I don't understand. You have to rewrite that back. Thank you. Good afternoon, my lovely sister. My daughter's name is Chidinma with an N. It is spelled that way. Chidinma. 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 You all know that I try to connect with my Igbo. For your question, we should care. She should have a root. It should be investigated. That's Benita in EJ. Thank you, Benita in EJ. Okay, please, the name spelling does not matter. She was born outside Nigeria. So what does so mean? So what? My son was born outside of Nigeria. Heck, many are born outside of Nigeria. What does it not matter? Why does it not matter? And I don't understand what this so means. And what do we have here? Splendid day, Cecilia. Okay, good job as usual. To the matter at hand, the right and correct spelling, the name of the name is Chidima. Secondly, why is her father not coming out to clear the air? No Igbo name is Adechichina with a T, exactly. Lastly, Nigerian government has to intervene in this issue. That's Edozie Din Naji. Thank you, Edozie Din Naji. Good afternoon. My concern here is her father really a Nigerian? And is the mother Mozambican? Yes, the mother is Mozambican, but she's a naturalized South African, but currently she's alleged in capital letters to have alleged identity fraud. You can take any name you want. Chooks or Mikrodu. I see what you're saying. So my concern is her father really a Nigerian? Is the mother a Mozambican? You can take any name you want. Absolutely. That's an excellent point, Chris. You can take any name you want. But here's the thing in Nigeria. Is it every Nigerian named person? Is it every person that is named Nigeria, that has a Nigerian name that's a Nigerian? Aha. We got to ask ourselves. I want us to have a conversation, and I don't know if Chidima is listening to this or her handlers. This is not about reducing this young lady. This is about us understanding and interrogating the fact this very simple, it's not simple, it's a complicated issue. Because what we like to do in Nigeria, we like to gloss over things. What we don't do on Danfo Conversations is to gloss over it. So we do wish Chidima the best, but we do have to unpack it because it is a trending news. Yesterday, she was trending. Let's talk. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah, Chief Miss Ireti, good afternoon.
Chief Mister, how are you?
Fine, ma.
Talk
I
to
think
me.
I'm having a similar case, so I don't know how my own case, maybe you can put me through.
Tell us.
My late senior brother, Shegun,
Mm-hmm.
had a son with a Yoruba lady. The guy was in the army those days. We still under Bender State. Then they had this boy called Charles Ayodeji Ezute. And the guy is in Liverpool now.
Okay.
The mom, when my brother died, we lost contact with the woman here in Lagos. Yetunde, I just know her name is Yetunde from Oyo State. I don't know which part. Now, this Charles, whenever my children try to look for him, they don't put that Ayodeji. they will not get the young man. This guy never been to Nigeria.
Wow.
And the mother just know it's from Bender. But today we have Delta and Bender State, Edo State.
Yes.
So the woman don't know anything about Delta.
Oh dear.
And that young man now, I don't know how I will get that boy back to my family.
Oh. So let me just get this straight. So your brother's son, his name is Shegun Ayodeji.
No. My brother's name is Shegun.
Your brother's name is Shegun.
Shegun, that is the father.
Right.
The boy's name is Charles.
The boy's name is Charles Ayodeji. So your brother's surname is Ayodeji.
No. My brother's name is Shegun
Ayodeji. Onwuka.
Yeah.
Okay, now this is fabulously complicated and interesting. Your brother's name is Shegun Onwuka.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. His son's name is what?
Charles
Ayodeji. Ezute. Okay.
Ezute is not bearing my grandfather's name. He's bearing my dad's name.
Okay.
So my grandfather's name
and
is
that
Onwuka.
was in the days when we had Benin and Bendel State, correct?
Yes.
Right.
So that woman, she doesn't know anything about Delta because then we are still under.
Of course. I when I moved to this country, I was like, what is Delta State? When I was little, it was only Benin and Bendel.
Bendel, Benin, that is the popular.
Yes.
So for now, that lady, we trace her to somewhere in Campbell Street where she normally stays. Most of those houses, they sold it and built all these skyscrapers. Yetunde is nowhere to be found. But we just find out through my children, through all these Facebook or whatever, see that the young man is in Liverpool.
Wow.
We don't know how to get that guy back to our family. Like this chilling man, tomorrow now the guy will surface and say, I'm from Nigeria.
And he wouldn't know where. It wouldn't. Okay, would the mother have told, well, your village still exists, right? So the mother knew your brother's village now, Abi?
No.
Oh.
No. They based in, it's an army guy. They were in Ibadan.
Oh, they met somewhere. And they didn't have conversation?
No.
We
were born here in Lagos.
Wow. This is...
it's difficult. I don't know. That young man...
and this is why names are so important. And this is why talking to your children about their history, is so important. Whether it's the fact... Wait till the end of this show when I tell you what's going on. Literally, I will give you my side of this story, my experience, my own lived experience. All right? Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Chief Minister. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. I'm so happy getting through with itching to share my own view.
Oh, go ahead. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Florence.
Okay,
so it's
Florence, go ahead.
It's not a biggie, honestly.
What is not a biggie? What? Let's start again. What is not a biggie?
There are different issues here. First of all, the spelling. So that depends on your exposure to the language. For example, mine, right in my father's compound, some of our cousins spelled theirs with A-O.
Spelled what? What's their surname? What is spelled with A-O? You're literally...
So, so you know how you say... Nwo Kachuku, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Some will say Nwo NWO, while some will do NWA.
Right. Nwan Kachuku or Nwan Kachuku, yes.
Yeah, so all depends on your exposure to the language. So, but that's not even the point. So what people have forgotten to say is that name actually has two different meanings. So the first one, when you say Chidima basically means God is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you want to personalize that goodness, you will say, Chidemoma, that God is good to me.
Mm-hmm.
For example, there's a song that says, Onyoma idemoma, that means God is good personally to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you personalize that name, Chidemoma, then you spell with double M-A.
Okay.
But if you say Chidema, which generally means God is good, then it's an NMA. But that's one part of it.
Yes.
And the other depends on your exposure to the language. That said, from my own view, that girl looks practically Nigerian.
There's no such thing.
But it looks like...
There is no such thing. There is no such thing. I mean, I really truly have to say this. For a child that grew up in England, Nigerians, when I didn't move with Nigerians, they didn't know I was Nigerian. There is no such thing. Please.
Okay, well, that's my perspective.
Yeah, but you can't say anybody looks Nigerian. What is a Nigerian look? We're black.
So example, if I see someone, I say, oh, are you from the north?
But you can ask them. Yeah, but you ask them. You don't say they look. Do you know how many people think I'm Igbo? Yes, I'm all Yoruba.
Okay, well, let's not emphasize on that.
No, but I needed to correct that.
Okay, well, I accept your correction. But let's go to where I think is the bigger picture.
Go ahead, my love.
So, so for example, an Igbo man can have a Yoruba descent, but raised by an Igbo mother, for example.
Correct.
So at that point, you don't feel Yoruba. You probably learn how to speak Igbo all your life because you're raised by an Igbo woman.
Correct.
You associate with the clan, and then you are Igbo.
Yes,
so
correct. There's actually a Yoruba community in Igbo land. I can't remember where. Yeah.
Yeah. So that can actually be her case. She may actually be born to a mother who raised her son to be Igbo, and probably had just had a father for being a father without being involved.
Yeah. Then if the mother is Yoruba, we're asking the question: where does the T come from then? Because I'm Yoruba, I can't argue with you. Sorry to interrupt you. I can't argue with you about the way you tell me Igbo names are spelled. I can actually put forward an argument for how Yoruba names are spelled.
That's the answer to what you're asking. That's the answer to what you're asking. The young man can be an example. It can be Emeka Adeshina, right? Emeka knows how to speak Igbo all his life. Emeka was raised by an Igbo mother. Emeka is Igbo as far as he's concerned. But Emeka may have an Igbo father just for the name and is not identified with it. That is why it's spelled Adeshina. So Emeka is just Emeka Adeshina, who is just naturally an Igbo man in diaspora. So that can actually be a case. I think he lacks a proper understanding of her father's background. But
poor girl. Nobody's asked her. Nothing has come out about her father. We don't know. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so people shouldn't. I feel bad for her because that's like.
No, we have to ask the question. Let's not say people shouldn't, because here's the thing in Nigeria: we're quick to gloss over things and say people shouldn't. That's why I opened this up as a debate for people to come up with their own opinions.
Yeah, I mean it's welcome.
Thank you.
We understand. Yeah,
Thank you very much.
That's what it is.
Thank you. Thank you, my love. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's okay. Why are you all, ma?
My one and only Kobo.
I came back from
Kobo of all the Kobokos.
You got something I want to tell you that you
why your ma?
It's a fine woman.
It's a fine woman.
It's okay.
Yes, my love.
020-1277-3993. I've been calling Seneca, which at that power. They know the pick up minus advertisement. They know the pick up number. Sheriff, the judge man in the morning. You know the pick up. Not only judge the pick 020-1277-3993.
Koboko, you're calling the wrong number.
No, the wrong number.
That number is not currently in use right now. It's not in use right now. So the number is 020.
It's going, okay. The number one is okay.
Oh, yeah, come to your clinic because we only have 2 minutes left.
The Chidima is spelled Chidima. Chidima. Now, it is a rat where they for house. Go tell rat outside. They say fish is there for Ungaga, which is cage. That's what happened to Chidima South Africa. It's from Nigeria, but it's very, very highly condemnable and highly unimaginable, and it's a national embarrassment. You ask the question, should we care? We should care because it's an embarrassment. That's why we are talking about paternal fraud. Bomber and
hold on, Koboko, bring your voice down a little bit. Nobody is accusing her of paternal fraud.
I'm not saying that, I'm not digressing, I'm not accusing her there.
Yeah, so what are you saying, Gongon?
We have to investigate.
We should investigate, okay, we should ask the question, yes.
Yes, we should ask the question. If you go by the way talk, you're supposed to go and look at government and ask question.
Yeah.
Where I was born in Arochukwu, we answer our papa bonus.
Yeah.
You hear me? We answer our papa for like Aja and Imo. Aja was in Imo 64. So we are like the same. But Anambra, some language or dialect and from Imo and Anambra is a different thing. If you go enter a state, then they speak like Calabar.
Yeah.
But like Imo. So, but what I want to tell you is that Chidema is Chidimma. But it's unfortunate for what is happening to that girl in South Africa. So it is okay. That is right. When they for house, go tell right. When I say fish in war, that is the right one. Therefore, it's even if I say money. It's okay. What I want to tell you is the case that we are treating now is it not the same case that President commanded customs, say they know connect us. They say they want to do street measure. What is the street measure that we are hungry?
Okay. Okay, bye-bye. I have heard you. Bye-bye. We will talk this one later now. I never chopped today either. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Right, I've got messages. I only have a couple of seconds. Let me see if I can. Oh, this is interesting. You didn't put your name, so I want you to put your name, and I'm going to put this out there to everybody. I have a message here from No Name. Please, No Name, right back. The message says, Adet with a T, Adet Shina, and Ade. I think you meant to say Ade Shina or Ade Shiano, because this spelling is slightly wrong, but I think I know what you mean. The two names are from Ikperemo Federal, Lagos and Ogun State. Are you from Ikperemo? Are you aware of an Adet, Adet, Shin, Shino name from Ikperemo? Please call in or send a message to WhatsApp 0809-597-5805. Do you see why it's good that we ask questions? We're about to go on break. I'll be right back after this.
Foreign exchange liquidity, a boost to the reserves.
Let us stand in the gaps for you
and connect you to the rest of the world.
And Russia's defense minister Sergei Shoigu is shown on state television visiting troops fighting in Ukraine. The Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries has raised Nigeria's oil production quota.
In all we do, we remain committed to informing you.
It's 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your station for talk.
The annual DBN Entrepreneurship Training Program, DBN-ETP, is the flagship program of the Development Bank of Nigeria and is currently in its 6th circle. Capacity building is a core mandate of the Development Bank of Nigeria.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
The annual DBN Entrepreneurship Training Program aims to achieve the following objectives: ensure MSMEs have the skills and competences to defend sound and viable business proposals, improve the capacity of MSMEs to access available credit, improve the capacity of MSMEs for efficient funds utilization, trade, investments, and access to markets. Courses include credit management and access to finance, accounting and bookkeeping, marketing, sustainability for small businesses, and more to take your business to the next level. So, hurry and sign up and complete these courses on our website www.devbankng.com on or before September 6, 2024. DBN, Financing Sustainable Growth.
Who says you can't have it all with one play?
I got that defined, but you have just won yourself.
Congratulations.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, Melitus. From one player, don't talk to two players because you won 20K.
So now you won yourself 20,000 naira.
My name is Well Done.
Okay, well done. We want to tell you, well done. You won yourself 20,000 naira.
With 500 naira, you can play to win big. From 120,000 naira to 190,000 naira daily on Nigeria Info. Go to oneplay.ng and play with 500 naira. And in a few seconds, your ticket is in the draw. Or dial *347 *880 *3#. Win daily on Nigeria Info. 50,000 naira on Money Crossfire. 60,000 naira on WhatsApp Lagos. 20,000 naira on Sunnyside and 60,000 naira on Game On. So Lagos, what are you waiting for? The more you play, the better your chances of winning. Remember to dial *347 *880 *3#. Play responsibly. Not suitable for persons under the age of 18.
Imagine being able to buy items that have been on your wish list for so long without having to worry about upfront cash payments. Are you a business looking for maximum market exposure to grow your cash customer base? The first ever small fair in Nigeria is here. Yay! Happening on the 17th of August at the Peace Conference Center opposite Nikon Town, Lekki, Lagos. From 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. At the Small Fair 2024, you can access 500k plus products and do small installment payments.
Ooh.
As a business owner, not only do you get to showcase your unique products and services, but you also have an excellent chance to attract new customers and increase your profits. And guess what? Attendance is free. For registration, exhibition, and sponsorship, visit www.smallsmallfair.com or call 0916-767-2191. When your needs seem far-fetched, remember, you can do small. This fair is proudly organized by Small and sponsored by InterSwitch, Pinkra, Cora, Quidax, and Paga.
99.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. Let's talk. Welcome back to Danfo Conversations, right here on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Okay, welcome back to Danfo Conversation. You see, we are the only show. Oh, where has my WhatsApp messages gone? See me see what I allow. Okay, I got it. We're the only show that goes jiggy jaga, jiggy jaga, jiggy. It doesn't matter whether it's jiggy or jaga or jiggy jogo jogo. We still go to places where others don't go. And that's where we're going right now with this story about Chidima Adechina. We're the only ones. People don't want to discuss it. They think it's, we should just say she's Nigerian. They think we're being horrible. But I say something, and let me leave you with this before I read your messages. You see, the day we stop asking questions is the day we might as well be gone. Well, that's number one. But what I do say, and I say to my son, is always ask questions. Because when you stop asking questions, you forgo your history. How are you going to learn about who you are, about what you are, what you'll become, the world around you, if you don't seek, interrogate, and ask questions? Always ask questions. It is your right to know. And the only way to know is to seek out the knowledge. And the way to seek out knowledge is constantly to ask. So let me put it out there before all these crazy blogs get excited and say, oh, Sisi Oge, OAP, and if they call me OAP, I promise you I'm going to lose. I'm going to blow a gasket. On Nigeria Info is saying that Chidima is not Nigerian. No. We are asking questions because we seek knowledge and we wish to know.
Can I have your attention, please?
Information and the right conversation are here on Nigeria Info.
How many this type of wicked attack has affected in the other part of this country? So that's what this is for ourselves.
I'm not supporting stealing, but these politicians need to be taught a lesson.
Your number one station for talk.
99.3.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Yvonne is here looking absolutely fabulous with the news. Listen, people.
The news update on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. You are listening to the headlines this hour. Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service confirms situation is under control after an early morning fire struck a 7-story building in Lagos Island. Lagos State government announces plans to divert traffic from Ikeja along bus stop between Ilezik and Con Oil fuel station on the Oshodi-bound lane of the Lagos-Abeokuta Expressway. The diversion will be for 2 days, from Saturday the 17th of August to Sunday the 18th, between 12 midnight and 4 a.m. daily. While Nigeria Center for Disease Control says no one has died, but a total of 39 persons have confirmed cases of monkeypox across 33 states and the Federal Capital Territory. 3 more contestants have made it to the next round of Nigeria Info's I Beg to Differ debate tournaments tagged the Tournament of Champions. They are Demilade Oluwalade Ayomide Oguneye and Bedford Friday Fortune. China's company involved in seizing assets belonging to Nigeria plans to seize other Nigerian assets in the United Kingdom, the United States of America, and in 6 other countries. Meanwhile, the federal government has accused the company Zhongshan Fucheng Industrial Investment Company Limited of deceit. Presidential spokesman Bayo Ononuga claims the Chinese firm is trying to take over offshore assets of the federal government of Nigeria through subterfuge. Opposition leader Peter Obi says the seizure of 3 Nigerian jets by a Chinese firm is another of many embarrassing things, exposing the country's failed leadership and Nigeria's attitude to the rule of law. National Emergency Management Agency warns that several communities across 27 states of the country are at risk of serious flooding within the next few weeks. Meanwhile, in Jigawa State, 16 people have been killed and almost 4,000 houses destroyed by flood. National Judicial Council recommends Justice Kudirat Kekere Ekun as next Chief Justice of Nigeria. Those are the headlines this hour. You are listening to Danfo Conversations with Ireti Bakare-Yusuf, also known as Tsioge 1 of Nigeria Info. Stick around.
It will provide much needed foreign exchange liquidity. It will provide much needed foreign exchange liquidity. It will provide.
Welcome back to Danfo Conversations. Okay, I have messages here and then I will pick up your calls. Good evening, Sisioge. My name is Tari from Lekki. My take is she can take any name she wants. She can answer. Okay, she can take any name she wants. She can take any name. Oh, she can take any name she wants. She can answer to. But my concern is should be investigated by Nigerian government. It should be investigated. You missed out some. Anyway, it should be investigated by Nigerian government if she's a Nigerian citizen or not, or whether she just wants to claim our country and take shine. Okay, fair comment. What have I got here? Good afternoon, Sisioge. You see, I'm a Togolese born and raised in Nigeria. And my name is Tokwe, but my surname is Togolese. But actually, I don't know this thing with Togos and Yoruba name. There is another point. I don't understand now. What is the difference? So your first name is what's your surname? You should have written it to us. So you're Togolese. You were born in Nigeria. Your first name is Tokwe, but your surname is Togolese. But actually, you don't know this thing with Togos and Yoruba names. There is another point. Oh, you want to know how we connect? Well, many centuries ago. Oh, I can't remember which century now. My memory fails me. We were all one big land. Yes, now. We were all just one big land of different empires, if you like, different people. That's what. Yes. So you could literally walk across border. You know, travel has always been something we did as a people. Right? That's also why you've got the Igbos that are explaining to us today. That you have Delta, you have Igbos in Delta, you have Igbos in Aba, you have Igbos in Anambra. Many moons ago and centuries ago, we were all just one big land. And that's where the Togolese would come in. So you will find in Togo those who speak Yoruba. You will find in Cotonou those who speak Yoruba. Yes, absolutely, my brother or sister. I don't know what gender you are. Back to my show. Good afternoon, Sisoge. There are some people who do not give their children their lineage name but their own. Aha. For example, my father's name is Akintibubo. Akintibubo, which makes me Akintibubo Oluwa. Ola Oluwa Kinton, and indeed may it never end. But I can give my children Ola Oluwa Kinton instead of. Yes, now. We're not saying you can't. Absolutely. But this man is said to be Igbo. Her first name is Chidima, so which is Igbo. Her surname is Adetchino. Nobody has confirmed to us whether, yes, as you rightly said, it's just the father that chose to give her, maybe that's his middle name. Or if that name is actually an Igbo name, or, which we're hearing that it's not, or she might be from Ikweru Remo. Yeah. Which would then go with my wonderful sister, female caller that called earlier that said, You can be a Yoruba child and you're brought up in Igbo land, and you basically assume that you're Igbo, and there's nothing wrong with that either. But isn't it fabulous finding out all these journeys that we're going on? And that's why I say continue to ask questions, because you just never know all the knowledge you will gain along the way. Anyway, Chima from Victor, I don't know, your message disappeared, sorry. Are people calling? Not yet, okay. Circumstances can also, okay, okay, some Nigerians die. Oh, okay, this is interesting. Some Nigerians die there probably very early when the baby is young and the woman may not know. Please, can you invite us to talk this issue? I have handled this kind of issues on my community. We traced the name and got it correctly. Circumstances can also lead to such confusion. Please, let's care. It's very important. Do you see now? Sometimes when there are quarrels between the parents, some men will walk away and may not come back, or the mother in anger will not want the father to identify with the child. So many circumstances. Please, let's care for them. Okay, so you want me to invite you to come and talk about this? How do I get hold of you? My social media handle is still at Cisioge Lagos on Twitter and on Instagram. If you're not following me, you should be following me. Come on, you should be following me. Why are you not following me? What's your people's problem? Right? But send me a DM. Because I don't know what you and the organization you're talking about. Please send me a DM. I will look out for it at some point this weekend and explain to me what your organization is, what it is that you do. Because Chief Mister may need your help. Oh, I would have loved if you could help Chief Mister. I love this show. I love you guys. I love radio. I literally adore radio. Honestly, it is the most powerful medium in media. I love it. Thank you for that. So send me a WhatsApp, please. And yes, we should care. Absolutely, we should care. I'll give you stories soon. When it's time, in about 10 minutes, I'll tell you what's going on my side. Good afternoon here. The name Edozieno is an Igbo. Please answer this. People answer this. Edozieno in Anambra West as well. Okay, great. Hello, Cisioge. The truth about this Chidima isn't about how her name is spelled or misspelled. It's about the Kafasi. What is Kafasi? I don't know that word. You have to tell me what is it. I'll have to check it out. Of the person itself. The fact that she has been kicked out of the beauty pageant. She wasn't kicked out. She stepped down. In SA should be more of our focus now. Not her name spelled. She was not kicked out. She stepped down. From the onset after her story broke, I observed the tribal mix Igbo and Yoruba of her name immediately. And I knew there was something wrong with that. So I went ahead to investigate the matter. Aha. Anyway, I have the full scope of the whole matter from a South African friend who is a journalist and a media professional in that country. I can give you an exclusive to the whole story if you want. IK, send me a DM. How am I going to get hold of you here? Send me a DM. IK at Isolo. Send me a DM with the contacts of the South African journalist, and we'll follow this up next week, right, Zainab? We can always look at it next week again, because this is fabulously, it's fascinating, it's interesting, it's educating, and it is not about destroying anybody. Right. It is about the fact that we must never be afraid to ask questions. We mustn't.
I think he was meant to type character.
Oh, character. Okay, I thought so. Right. Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you. IK or IK, I don't know which the correct pronunciation. Atisolo. Please send me a DM at Cisioge Lagos on Instagram or on Twitter. I only have one handle. Well, one name on all my handles. If the lady is contesting for Miss Nigeria, it's important to confirm that she is Nigeria. If her origin is uncertain, she can apply for Nigerian citizenship legally. We don't want a Mozambique lady as a Miss Nigeria, do we? That's Abel from Lekki. So call me. Now I can pick up call 0201-277-0993. Female 0201-4657190. WhatsApp 0809-597-5805. I'm going to pick up this call and then I'm going to tell you an interesting story about yours truly. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name and where you calling from? Emmanuel, how are you? What happened to your call? Emmanuel, I can't hear you anymore. Emmanuel, all the line has gone now. Kai.
The numbers to call once again 0201-277-0993, 0201-465-7190. Yes.
Okay. Emmanuel, you can call back. Good afternoon, Cecilia. I'm Moibi from Ikweruremo. Akeson Bale Oja. Akeson Bale Oja. Or is it Bale? Akeson Bale Oja. We don't have a spelling like Adet, in Ikweruremo. It surprised me too, because you see, this is the thing. I'm from Ikorodu, and they will tell you, Essay Jebu, Logun de Korodu, Majembel. Isn't that what Wasil said?
Right.
So you see, Ikorodu people and Ijebu people are related, right? So I would be surprised at that, actually, but thank you for saying so. So the Bale, or is it Bale? Akeson Bale Oja.
Even if it is ballet, it wasn't properly written.
Yeah, well, yeah. You know, WhatsApp can be strange. Akeson Bale Oja has confirmed that they do not have, there is no such thing as Adet with a T, Chino, in Ikweruremo. So let me gist you. Oh, let me answer that call and then I'll gist them. Hello? You have to hurry up. Hello? Hello? Oh, God, you snooze, you lose. Right, back to me now. So here's the thing. Chief Mister said something. You've all said something. Things fabulously interesting. And so, on this show, I am vulnerable with you. I share my world, my joy, my pain, my life, my celebrations with you. So, my son, I'm not gonna. Have I mentioned his first name before?
Yes.
In fact, everybody knows himself, so there's not even any point to be hiding. My son, Oluwatimileyin, has two surnames. My name, Bakare. His father's name, Temison. So when I met his father, I was like, I don't understand. How are you Nigerian and your name is Temison with an I? Temison. Right? I said, how are you Nigerian and your name? And I have to ask, because I have an interest in culture and history and names. Names are names I find absolutely fascinating. So he then explained to me that his dad, when he was schooling in the UK, changed the name to Temison from either, whether it's Temison or Temisari.
Oh.
Right. Dad then comes back to Nigeria. Okay, parents separated. Dad comes back to Nigeria. Okay? And that goes back to his original name, Temison or Temisari. Are you hearing? He goes to their village, yo. My son's dad, God rest his soul, he's passed on. Saying so, please say a prayer for him. He was a wonderful father. He's the oldest of his father's children. That's number one. Number two, he's the only one of his father's children that bears the name Temison. Imagine that complication. So my son or his children are the only ones of their relatives that bear the name Temison. So what do?
That's so English.
It's yes. I get to Nigeria and I'm still trying to trace them because I know that, like Chief Mister said, Bini and Bendel State is what I grew up with. So for me, when he said they're from Warri and he said they're Shakiri, I'm like, that's Benin people now. I get to freaking Nigeria and they're telling me there's freaking Delta State. We're not going to talk about that because you will just complicate things. Can we just leave our states? I cannot bear it because I still constantly have to remind myself. So for me, Edos and Deltas are the same people, right? So we're still trying to trace back whether it's Temisari or Temison. Guess what? Do you know the really sad thing? And that's how I know I feel what Chief Mister is feeling. Grandpa died a few years back and I lost the obituary. So we are still trying to trace back because for me, it is interesting. In fact, I intend to go and see the Olu of Warri and say I gave birth to a 6'5" son of your land and I'm trying to trace them. Odikwa, you must take me. I gave birth. I gave you people a Pekin, that's fine. An handsome and tall.
Anthony is tall.
Yeah.
Yes, he came
He's
here.
very tall.
Yeah.
So this is why names are important. So what I'm doing with Chidima, I'm doing it for my son as well. I would have done it for me. I did it with his dad. We question. It's just that they lost contact. And his dad has since passed on. And I've lost the obituary. Yeah, he lost contact with his dad. It's a long, complicated story. But like the EK or whatever your name is that actually wrote in and you said, look, these things happen. They do happen. They do happen. What I would love the most is to speak to Chidima, to interview Chidima so we can understand. Because for me, what I feel is there's a young woman out there, a smart young woman out there, whose whole world has now changed. Everything she believed to be her has now changed. It's been investigated. And that in itself must have a huge impact on who she is, how she is, her navigation, etc., etc. I discussed this with one of the people in my life who I respect, one of the most empathetic, intelligent historians that I have in my life today. I discussed it with him this morning. And he lives in South Africa, by the way. And he said to me that he talked, and he's Nigerian. He said, I would talk to my daughter about this. And his daughter explained 3 things. And I want you all to take this away. He said, in our generation, which is my generation, the 50s, I be those of us, what are we, baby boomers? Not funny. Anyway, was it generation next meeting? I'll tell you that, Jemo. Anyway, the way we dealt with things, if somebody comes asking us questions, the way we deal with things is different. In this day and age, the Gen Zs, and if you like millennials, and there's a new generation, Generation Alpha. Yeah. This day and age, there are 3 H's that's important, and that's how it is. The first H is help. The second H is, I think, health. The third H, which is the most important, is hug. And you see, it's that third H that's critically important for Chidima at this time. That hug. But because we're giving her that hug, it doesn't mean we don't ask questions. It doesn't mean we don't interrogate certain things. And because look how much you've learned about me. Look at what we've learned about Chief Mister. And I will take this up next week. On the DM, if I'm able to write people, I would get them to come on the show. Which way or the other, and we'll take it up next week. You see, there are many people that are called that the Williams sisters, Serena Williams. They had a sister called Yetunde. Imagine if you see Yetunde Williams, automatically you're going to think, that one is from Lagos Island now. Her name was Yetunde, and they're not Nigerian. Now, I don't know whether they've traced the DNA back to Nigeria. I don't know. I think Yetunde has since passed away. I also, you must all know Tunji Andrews. He used to be on this.
Yes.
Yes.
Tunji Andrews.
Immediately, when I first met Tunji Andrews, gorgeous Tunji Andrews. Where are you, Tunji, by the way? When I first met Tunji, I immediately said to him, are you from Lagos Island? And he said, no. Do you know Tunji is not Yoruba and he's not from Lagos Island? Did you know that? Yeah, he's not. His father liked the name Tunji, I believe, if I remember the story rightly, because his father's friend is named Tunji. But the minute you hear Tunji Andrews, you automatically think that's a Yoruba guy. He's from Lagos Island. This is why it's important for us to ask questions, for us to continue to ask questions. If you can call me now, I will be able to pick up your call. 0201-277-0993, 0201-465-7190. WhatsApp is 08095975-805. So the fact that we're asking the questions, we're not implying that there's any fraud. Not at all. We are just asking questions, and like I said, I am doing the same. There are actually now. Here's where my son's one gets even more interesting. So he meets a girl, his girlfriend, and I say, "Where is she from?" Because Mama Nigeria here now. I'm like, "Oh, you better be dating in Nigeria. You better be." And guess what? She's from Edo. I'm like, "Yes. It's a lie. We've gone back to your father's town." Yes, now. And she's never been to Edo State before, so we're hoping to visit Edo State when they do come. All right? And then a girlfriend of mine asked for his name because he turned 21 2 weeks ago, by the way, or 3 weeks ago. She was sending him a present and money for his birthday. And I gave her the name. As soon as I gave her the name, she asked me the question. And I gave her the same story I told you. I want to answer your call. That's why I'm rushing this story. I gave her the same story I told all of you, and she said, I think we're related.
Wow.
She actually said, if it's Temisa, I really think we're related. Wow, I'm going to speak with my aunt. That is why it is important. Your name is the thread that leads you back home. I repeat, your name is your thread that leads you back home. Whether you're bearing your mother's first name, second name, third name, or your father's second name, third name, your name is your thread that leads you back home. If you call now, I can answer your call before they throw me off air. But you see, I'm with Zainab today. She doesn't mess. Why are you sending me I now? It looks like I'm the one that's going to be ending the show. Because Zainab, she doesn't mess. She's like that. As I should say, see. Oh, yeah, quickly. If you're going to call me 0201 277 0993, female 0201 465 7190. On Borderlines this afternoon, we have an incredibly fantastic show. We have one of my favorite special guests, the Israeli ambassador to Nigeria, Michael Freeman. We have Ambassador Freeman with us today at 4 o'clock. He's my first guest. At 4 o'clock, we're going to be talking about that ceasefire, that seemingly all-elusive ceasefire. What's going on? Hamas said they weren't going to take part of it. Qatar said Hamas will be represented. Israel is there. Yeah, America is there. The Qataris are there. I think even, is it Egypt or Turkey? They're all there. So what's going on? So we're going to be speaking to Ambassador Michael Freeman at 4 o'clock. I will be in conversation with him at 4 o'clock, and you'll be able to ask him more questions on Borderlines, the only show that takes you beyond borders. I think there's something wrong with our line. The other thing is at 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, you've seen the race riots in the
Someone
UK.
is calling.
Oh, let's talk. Hello,
Yeah, Chief.
Chief Mister.
Yeah, quick one.
Go ahead.
I need a help. Nigeria Info is all over the world. They listen to us.
Mm.
So those Nigerians at Liverpool, please, if they come across such name, Charles Ayode Jizute, they should reach out to Nigeria Info, please.
Yes, or they should send me a WhatsApp. They should send me a DM on my Instagram. Go on. Say the name again slowly.
Charles Ayode Jizute.
Okay. How do you spell Ezuke?
Ezute is Ezute.
Okay. Charles Ayodeji
Ayodeji
Ezute.
Ezute.
If you know him in Liverpool or you know his mother, kindly, this is for Chief Mister, who is actually his uncle. So send me a DM on at Cecilge Lagos, either on Twitter or on Instagram. Please, would love to be able to connect them. You just imagine the joy. That would be so fabulous. So fabulous. So at 5 o'clock, as I was saying, at 5 o'clock, you've seen the race riots in the UK. Right? Now, we have one of my favorite people in the UK.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this.
Imagine being able to buy items that have been on your wish list for so long without having to worry about upfront cash payments. Are you a business looking for maximum market exposure to grow your cash customer base? The first ever small fair in Nigeria is here. Happening on the 17th of August at the Peace Conference Center opposite Nikon Town, Lekki, Lagos from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. At the Small Fair 2024, you can access 500k plus products and do small installment payments. Ooh. As a business owner, not only do you get to showcase your unique products and services, but you also have an excellent chance to attract new customers and increase your profits. And guess what? Attendance is free. For registration, exhibition, and sponsorship, visit www.smallfair.com. or call 0916-767-2191. When your needs seem far-fetched, remember, you can do small. This fair is proudly organized by Small and sponsored by InterSwitch, Binkra, Cora, Quidax, and Paga.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
This is sometimes things happen in this studio. And we just love. You see, computer systems, technology will always have gremlins, and the gremlins just do what the gremlins want to do when the gremlins want to do it. So yes, I was just about to say to you, excuse me, at 5 o'clock, we're gonna have the fabulously wonderful, the lyricist, the articulate one, the verbs are going out of my head, but she, and the one and only she, that is Kelechi Okafor. Yes, she's an author, she's an activist, she's a social media personality, she is many things. She's going to be joining us at 5 o'clock on Borderlines, the only show that takes you beyond borders, to talk about immigration and the Western conflict. Yes, you heard it. This is the only place, Borderlines, the only show that takes you beyond borders. We are Nigeria Info, 99.3 FM. You do not miss. You do not want to miss. You do not want to miss Borderlines this afternoon. Am I done? Yeah. I knew she was going to throw me up. So that is the end of Danfo Conversations. Next week, hopefully, we'll have an update on the whole Chidima thing when I'm able to get hold of the so-called people that are able to give us more information. All right? Until then, have a fabulous weekend, but do make sure you set your alarm. 4 p.m. Borderlines, the only show that takes you beyond borders. Bye.
So Health and Safety Cafe is coming up with Dr. Fred, and right after is Mary Ann at 3 p.m. on Hard Facts.
There are doctors, and there are doctors. And then there are Dr. Fred. But there's the handsome doctor, and his only name is Fred. There you go.
Let us stand in the gaps for you
and connect you to the rest of the world.
And Russia's defense minister said
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.